Prem sir, you are from an electronics and communication background, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you know C?
Yes.
Because you are going to work for a software company. I'm assuming that you know C.
Yes, sir.
Is it there in your curriculum?
It was there in my curriculum in the first year, sir.
Okay.
But in our EC, there are many programs which we should do programming.
Okay.
All the programs are mainly based on C language.
Okay.
So
you are familiar with C as well. Okay. Can I ask few questions in C?
Yes.
Okay, good. So can you describe two ways to concatenate a string?
There are only two ways in which we can concatenate string in C. But in Java there can be many ways. In C, the string concatenation is done by using a string library function, stringcat, strcat. We can and the other method of string concatenation is by using a for loop, in which we measure the string lengths and join them by using for loop.
Okay, good. Okay. So, do you have hobbies?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you describe one hobby which you really passionate about?
My main hobbies are playing cricket and chess. I was very passionate about chess. From childhood I was have a very good passion towards chess. I have played in many competitions. It was a very great hobby because it improves one's logical thinking and ability to think in different situations and knowing the moves. We can also apply it in our life.
Okay, good.
To judge.
Okay. So what is the difference between, again we'll go back to C. What is the difference between a stack and queue?
Stack and queue are two data structures which we use it to store objects in C. The stack is used for storing functions and queue is used for storing pointers.
Okay.
The stack is a collection of objects in which we follow LIFO method, which means last in first out method.
What is it for queue?
The queue is in queue we follow FIFO method, means first in first out method. This means the object which is inserted at first will be deleted first. But in stack it was same. It was a reverse. Okay. The object which is inserted first will be deleted last. The object which is inserted at last will be deleted first.
Okay.
These are the main differences between.
Thank you, Prem Sai. Wish you all the best.
Thanks.
Thank you. Good morning, Renuka.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, good. How are you? So good. So, had your breakfast?
Yes, sir.
How did you come to campus?
I have come through an RTC bus, sir.
Okay. So, where do you stay?
I stay near NAD, sir.
NAD. Okay. So, Renuka, you are from an electronics and communication domain, right?
Yes, sir.
So, would you like to work in computer science side?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, do you know C?
Yes, sir, I do know, sir.
Okay. So, what are the different storage mechanisms, storage classes available in C?
In C, we are having 4 storage classes, sir, named as auto, static, extern, and register. Auto is something that, like general declaration in C, we generally declare a variable in C, like example int A. If we are declaring it as int A, the system automatically takes it as auto. And when it comes to static, if we want to save a value until the end of the program, we'll be using static. Extern is something that if we want to use a variable is declared globally in one file, and if we want to use it in another file, we can use extern keyword. The register tells the compiler to store the value in variable in CPU register instead of in memory.
Okay, good. So in that case, you already have a little understanding about pointers too.
Yes, sir.
How do you print a pointer address?
Pointer address, we'll be storing it in if we declare it as pointer P, if we print it as P, we'll be declaring the.
So I just want
address.
To print an address.
Address is by using %P in printf, we can print address, sir.
Okay, that's good. So have you programmed anything on the macro side?
Yes, sir.
What do you know about macro?
Macros are processor directives, sir. They can be replaced at compile time.
What are the advantages and what are disadvantages with macros?
The advantage in macros is that we can reduce time. If we want to replace similar values, we can use macros so that the time of compilation etc. will be reduced.
Any specific example? Any macro example? So you are from an information technology background, right?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you have gone through DBMS, OS, and other subjects. Which is your favorite subject?
DBMS.
DBMS. Okay. So what are the different integrity rules exist in DBMS?
There are two integrity rules existing in DBMS, sir. That one is referential integrity rule and the other one is entity integrity rule.
Can you explain each of them?
Yes, sir. One is referential integrity rule. What it do is it dictates the table that if one table, there are two tables like parent table and child table. If parent table references a primary key in child table, if child table takes references from the parent table, in parent table the primary key should not be modified.
Okay.
Like foreign key examples are, if we'll take some reference as a foreign key in child table, in parent table that primary key should not be modified.
Okay.
It is the uses of referential integrity rules. And coming to
Entity.
entity integrity rule. Entity integrity rule dictates that the primary key should not be null.
Okay.
It should be unique.
Always unique.
Always unique.
Okay.
It dictates
Good.
that.
So you know little about data structures as well? Have you covered data structures?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is double linked list?
Double linked list, it consists of three fields, sir. That is it consists of two pointers, one data. The two pointers, the first pointer contains the address of the previous node, whereas the third segment consists of the address of the next node, and whereas middle segment consists of the data.
Okay.
So
Okay. Good. So what do you mean by data abstraction?
data abstraction is nothing but showing the essential characteristics to the outside world and hiding the background information is called data abstraction, sir.
Can you give one real-time example for a data abstraction?
Yes, sir. Feelings is a function, whereas sadness and happiness are all those parameters we can pass, sir.
Okay.
So we can take this and all the APIs we use, application programming interface, all these will come under data abstraction.
Good. Okay. So what are the different advantages of macro over a function?
Macro means it will take very less time when compared to during the compilation. Macro takes very less time when compared to a function. So if we'll call a function, it will the cursor or parser will go to the function and it will execute those set of steps and it will again come to this. But whereas if we'll call the macro, it doesn't leave the home function.
Okay. Okay. So it's already pre-processed.
It's already pre-processed direct.
Okay, that's good. So have you heard about stdarg.h in C?
Yes, sir. It is a header file where we can use is if we want to pass different number of parameters at different times. Like in runtime, I want to pass parameters so that at that time I'll use this stdr.h header file, sir.
Wonderful. So Sweta, thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
So what is the difference between a class and a structure?
The difference between class and structure is somewhat different. A class is a reference type in which a variable can be assigned to another variable by referencing, and the objects can be stored in the heap memory. If the variable can assign to another, it cannot store the data itself. It can store the just a reference type. It creating the second copy of the reference. It points to the reference location in the heap memory which contains the same original data. And coming to structure, it is a value type. It can store the data in the stack memory only. When you create a variable, it can create a sequence of memory block in the memory allocations, and when you assign a variable to another, it can simply directly copies the data, and both the variables can work independently.
Very good. Excellent. So what is the difference between a null and void pointer?
Null pointer means it is pointing to nothing. If there is no address assigned to a pointer, when we simply assign a null value to it. Thus basic syntax for null pointer is int pointer. Suppose I take the pointer name p1 is equals to null or character type. Character pointer p1 is equals to backslash 0, and void pointer. Void pointer means it cannot contain any predefined data type associated with it. It will take the data type of the variable which we can assign it. Suppose we create a void pointer like a void pointer p1, and we create a variables int a and char b. We assign pointer p is equals to address of a. Here the pointer is just converting the pointer to integer pointer. Suppose pointer p is equals to ampersand of b. Here the pointer is pointing to changing towards character pointer.
Oh, good. So you know C programming, right?
Yes,
so is it possible to have a factorial function using a recursion? Can we write a program for that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you just show the algorithm first? Good morning, Naresh.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir.
Had your breakfast?
Yes, sir.
How did you come here?
By work, sir, from hostel.
From hostel. Oh, very nice. Okay. So you're from electronics and communication background?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. So you love electronics and communication?
Yes, sir.
You love software?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Why you are coming to software engineering?
Actually, first my brother preferred me electronics and communication engineering, sir. But when I entered into electronics and communication engineering, in my first time I found C is very interesting subject, sir. With that, I showed my interest to software, sir.
Wonderful. So can I ask a few questions in C?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. What's the difference between array and list?
Array and list. Yeah, sir. The first and major difference between array and array list is in array we have fixed length, sir. But in array list we have not variable length of collection class, sir. And in array we have contain both objects and predefined data types. But in array list we don't have data types, sir. We have only objects.
Okay, that's good. So I'm sure I think you might have used command line arguments while you are doing your
Yes,
C
sir.
program, right? What is this? What is this command line argument?
Yes, sir. Command line, while we are executing a program, if we want to give any value to the program, we cannot do, sir. Using command lines, we can give any value to programs while we are executing also, sir.
Okay.
So command line arguments contain argv and argc, sir.
Okay.
Where argv is number of arguments we are giving, argc is number of arguments we are giving, and argv is pointer which points to the number of arguments we passed, sir.
Okay. Okay, good. So have you used debugger while programming?
Yes, sir. We use it.
What is it used for?
Debugger is, if you want to check any errors in other programs, we use debugger, sir. Debugger is a computer program that we assist to detect and correction of errors in other computer programs.
Okay.
When code is examined through ISS, instruction set simulator, it decodes the program, sir. If there are any errors, it will halt the programs.
Excellent. Okay, good. So I'm sure you think you are familiar with the variable scope and so on, right?
Yes, sir.
So is the scope of the variable is constant or it varies depending on the place where it is positioned?
It is constant, sir. When we are giving scope of variable, it gives the area of the region. When we are giving if we assign a scope of variable, then when variables are accessed, then only it starts declaring, sir.
Okay, so what are the different scopes for each of these variables? Global variable, local variable.
Yes, sir.
So
Global
is it a constant then?
For global variable is the variables which we declared before main function are called global variables, sir. Inside the main function are called local variables, sir.
So then scope of the variable is constant or variable?
Variable, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So so what do you want to be? Why you are actually choosing this software company?
Software company. Actually, first of all, I want to settle down myself, sir, in this area. I want to settle down myself, and I want to see after 10 years myself in any organization for the backbone of that organization.
Okay.
That's why I select the software.
So do you know anything about IoT?
Little bit, sir.
Yeah. Have you done any projects?
No, sir. But my roommate had done projects on IoT, sir. That's why I know IoT.
Okay. Thank you so much, Naresh. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Hemant.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Feeling fine, sir. I'm excited.
Very nice. Good to hear. So you are from an electronics and communication background,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. So do you know C?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the difference between a keyword and an identifier?
Identifier, actually keyword and identifier come side by side, but there is a lot of difference between keyword and identifier. Keywords are used to recognize the type of entity, whereas identifier is used to give it a number. For example, take an example, int a. Here int is used to define the type of entity. Here entity is integer type, whereas number given a, it is used to give a name to that entity.
Okay.
Keywords may start with lowercase letters only, whereas identifiers may start with lowercase or uppercase. Identifiers may not be keywords.
Okay, that's good. So I just want to ask you one program. So how can we implement a 2 stacks using one single array?
Yes. 2 stacks can be implemented by single array. There are 2 methods. One method is we can divide the array into two equal parts and given each part to each stack. And this method is not used for properly because there is a lot of waste in these spaces. So there is another method which is mostly used, in which pushing of elements can be done by comparing the tops of the elements. For example, if an array of 10 elements is taken, one stack may contain 6 or other can contain 4. There is no comparison to like that both have equal number of elements. Like.
Okay, that's good. So wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
So you know C?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is insertion sort? How do we perform this insertion sort?
I want to explain, give some examples, sir.
Yeah.
This is the example, sir.
Yeah.
I take 5 elements in an array, that is 12, 3, 1, 5, 8, sir. First, now I am consider first element in an array 12, sir. Before 12 there is no elements in an array, so we can't change this position, sir. Then I take second element in an array. Before second element 12 is there, sir. Compare 12 and 3. 12 is greater than 3, so swap these elements. Next I take third element in an array, sir, that is 1. Compare 1 with before 2 elements, sir. Sort these elements based on ascending order, sir. Till 5 elements I am continue this process, sir. This is my ascending order array, sir. 0, 1, 3, 8, 13 is my answer.
Oh, that's good. Wonderful.
Thank you,
sir. So just want to check on OS. So you know OS, right?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
What is deadlock?
This is my example, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. This is my example, sir. I am considered P1 and P2 two processors. P1 holds R2 resources and waits R1 resources. Similarly, P2 holds R1 resources and wait R2 resources. This is a circular motion. So prevention of deadlock is to avoid circular waits.
So how do we do that? How do we prevent?
Motion,
so
sir.
We should avoid circular motion so that that deadlock can be prevented. That's good. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
How do we do a string reversal without a temporary array?
I take one string, initialize one string, and find the length of this string. I can take for loop, sir. I can traverse the string length -1 to 0, sir. Store the values in my string and print the reverse of a string.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
So what are the different types of storage classes available in C?
There are 4 types of storage classes: static, extend, resistor, auto, sir.